Welcome to TWT Talks with Tito. This is Tito Madrano back for another episode, back in your life. So today we're going to talk about AFC, NFC Championship games. And we're also going to talk about Saturday Night Live's main event. 4 matches, 1 contract signing. And we're also going to talk about the Royal Rumble. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Royal Rumble because we're going to save that for next episode. So let's talk about Saturday night main event. San Antonio. It was in San Antonio, Texas. Like I said, there was only 4 matches. Contract negotiation. I'm actually shocked they did this event because a lot of these matches didn't really make sense. They could have had some of these matches at maybe Raw or SmackDown. Just saying, you know what I mean? But I get it. They want to do a pay-per-view, another Saturday night main event, before the Royal Rumble. So let's just dive right into it. Starting off the first match, it was the Women's World's Champion, Rhea Bloody Ripley versus Nia Jax. This match, we've seen this match before. We've seen Rhea and Nia face each other occasionally. I was shocked that they even did this match because, the Rumble's right around the corner. We already know Nia Jax is going to be a part of the Royal Rumble. Also, Rhea Ripley just won the belt, so this match kind of didn't make any sense, but I get it. Something to keep Rhea active since she's not going to be a part of the Rumble. She's a champion, you know what I mean? So it made sense to have her have a match at Saturday Night Live. Rhea Ripley won this match. No surprise here. We saw that happening. The only thing is, whoever wins the Rumble, I'm intrigued who she's gonna face at WrestleMania. That's what I'm intrigued for. And yeah, Rhea Ripley continues to be the Women's World's Champion. And we'll see what Nia does at the Royal Rumble for women's. Moving on to the next match. This was for the Intercontinental Champion. The champion Braun Breaker versus Sheamus. So this match, to me, this is the most intriguing match that I care for. Because for a minute, I thought Sheamus was finally going to be Grand Slam champion. We know Sheamus has won the world title, WWE title, multiple time tag team champions with Cesaro, formerly known as Claudio Castagnoli, formerly known as Cesaro, a former United States champion. The only one belt and also a Royal Rumble winner, King of the Ring winner. The only accomplishment that Sheamus has not accomplished in WWE is the Intercontinental title. For a moment, I thought he was going to win it. But, it's just like, man, is Sheamus really going to win it now? Is he finally going to win the Intercontinental title? But no, that was not the case. Overall, the match was really decent. Braun Breaker can have a good match with anyone. And Sheamus, I said it before, and I'll say it again, for someone that is in his mid-40s, he can still go with the young guys. So it's really good to see. It was a really good match to see, but, the outcome was not shocking. Braun Breaker continues to be the Intercontinental Champion. I'm sure that Braun Breaker is going to be in the Royal Rumble as well as Sheamus. But, we'll see where it goes from there. I mean, I know Braun Breaker kind of like after his match with Sheamus, the Raw, after he was getting backstage interviewed, and we know Penta was eyeing that belt, and Penta's also going to be a part of the Rumble. But maybe that's going to be the next feud. Braun Breaker versus Penta. I'm excited for that. All right, moving on to the next match. Well, you know what? Let's talk about this match. Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu. So this is one of the matches that I'm like, this match could have been on SmackDown. It wasn't needed for this event, but then again, I get it. I understand. Jacob Fatu, Braun Breaker. Look, Jacob Fatu is a freaking monster, and he fought the monster of all men, Braun Strowman. So this match was a tank versus a tank. So I'm not shocked that I just didn't like how the outcome. Braun Strowman won by disqualification. Jacob Fatu put his hands on the referee. So the thing is, the good thing about this match is that we know that Jacob Fatu we're going to see him as a solo wrestler soon. The new bloodline, I feel like it's going away. Solo, went MIA. Tangaloa is injured. Tama Tonga he can go solo too, if I'm being honest. So once Tangaloa comes back, he's gonna team up with him. But Jacob Fatu, man, I'm excited to see what he does as his solo self, like him going solo, no bloodline, no nothing. We saw the destruction that he did against Braun Strowman, made him bleed, got disqualified, did the moonsault over and over again. Security tried to take him out. Jacob Fatu, and I'm excited for what he does in the Royal Rumble because this guy is gonna. I'm pretty sure Jacob Fatu is gonna eliminate a lot of people at the Rumble. So I'm excited to see what he does at the Royal Rumble. And yeah, I just didn't like the fact that this match ended by disqualification. If they're gonna do that to put this match at this event, because I'm pretty sure this is not gonna be the last time they do a Saturday night main event. It's gonna be a constant thing. But put matches that are gonna make sense. I get it, Royal Rumble, they want to hype us up for the Rumble. Just put some matches that are gonna okay, I'm gonna tune in for that match. I'm gonna tune in for this segment. I'm gonna tune in for that match. There was a lot of matches and I feel like a lot of these matches felt rushed too. So yeah, but yeah, this match ended by disqualification, and yeah, moving on to the next. This was psych, man. The WWE undisputed WWE champion contract signing with Shawn Michaels, the San Antonio native himself, being the middleman of this with Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens. We know Kevin Owens has the Wing Eagle belt, which he's not an official champion, but he does a great job of making us believe that he is. And the undisputed WWE champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. The contract signing, we all know how these kind of contract signings go. There's a back and forth. I don't like you, you don't like me. And there's always someone gets hurt in these matches. Shawn Michaels, doing the whole contract negotiation for them to sign. We see Kevin Owens, he's talking, throwing some jabs at Michaels and Cody. Cody, he said, just shut up, sign the contract, let's go. We'll do all the talking in the Rumble. And this match, they're gonna have a match at the Royal Rumble at a ladder match. So I'm excited to see how that unfolds. And yeah. So we know that Kevin Owens threw some jabs at Shawn Michaels. And then when Shawn Michaels shakes Cody's hand and Kevin refuses to shake Shawn Michaels' hand, Kevin Owens with a cheap shot hits Cody, and then the chaos will start beginning. Michaels shoves Owens. Owens shoves Michaels. Shawn Michaels super kicks him. Kevin Owens gets out of the ring, and yeah. So this is a good hype. This is good to hype up the match that we're gonna see at the Royal Rumble, and yeah. Moving on to the last and final match. This was for the World Heavyweight Champion, the Ring General, Gunther, versus main event, Jey Uso. Yeet. So this match right here, I'm not mad at the match. It just doesn't make any sense. Because we all know Jey Uso is going to be a part of the Royal Rumble. And here's my thing with this. Every time they put Jey Uso for a world title match or a WWE title match, the anticipation is hopefully he wins it. But the thing is, they always put him in these big high-level matches and he loses. And it's just really? I know for a fact Jey Uso is going to have that moment. But the thing is, when it happens, we want to make sure that we're not expecting it. And I think with this match, we were expecting Jey Uso to lose, and he did lose to Gunther. Like I said, Gunther's not going to lose that belt anytime soon, but I just don't like when Jey Uso's put in a situation just so he can lose. We want to see Jey Uso put in a situation where he wins, he won the IC title, even though the IC title belt, the run that he had with it was short, but he won it. And obviously, he lost the belt because he got involved with the storyline with the Bloodline, OG Bloodline versus New Bloodline. The reality is this, and the thing is, Jey Uso can have a good match with anyone. Him and Gunther went at it, chop to chop, pop, pop, pop. And not a lot of people can go at it with Gunter like that. There's a very few guys that could. Like Michael Cole said, Gunter's been 80% of the time champion in WWE. So, I mean, it's just like no shocking that he was going to remain champion. And there's very few guys that have beat Gunter in NXT / UK / WWE. You know, Ilya Dragunov, Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes also pinned him. There's very few guys that have pinned Gunter. And Jey Uso was close, but at the same time, the thing is this, like, man, like, I want to see Jey Uso be a world champion eventually. But we know when they put him in a situation where he's not going to be a world champion, it's like, damn, I mean, like, well, then what's the purpose of you having this match for him? You know what I mean? But the reality is this, you know, overall the match, it was good. It's just like, these matches kind of didn't make sense for me. Saturday Night Main Event. And yeah, but the reality is this, it was good to get us pumped up for Royal Rumble. It was good. Overall, the event, I'll be nice. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I just feel like a lot of the matches were rushed. I feel like even this match, the last one, Gunter versus Jay, it was a little rushed too. And yeah, but yeah, overall, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I'm being nice about it, but yeah. All right, let's talk about the Royal Rumble just for a little bit. I'm not going to get into the whole event because I'm going to save that for next week's episode. The Royal Rumble, we know that the Motor City Machine Guns are going to face DIY. Cody Rhodes is going to face Kevin Owens at a ladder match. We got the women's and men's Royal Rumble. I don't know if they're going to add any more matches. For women's Royal Rumble, who will win it? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of names tossed around. We already know that Charlotte's coming back. I wish they would have made it a surprise, but it is what it is. I'm pretty sure Becky Lynch is going to come back. Let me just go over so far who's involved in the Royal Rumble. Yeah, you know, we got Bianca, Naomi, Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, like I said earlier. There's just a lot of talent. Bayley's going to be in it. I'm pretty sure Roxanne Perez. I think Roxanne Perez is going to be a part of it. Jordynne Grace. I think Jordynne Grace is going to be a part of it now that TNA and WWE are now like a partnership. And Jordynne Grace's contract with TNA is up. She's no longer a part of the company. I can see her being involved in it. And there's one person I do want to see in the WWE Royal Rumble for women's. AJ Lee. I would love to see AJ Lee come back and be a part of it. And I feel like if AJ Lee comes back to the Royal Rumble, it's probably going to be the most talked about thing and of the event. Who do I think should win it? It's tough. I mean, I feel like I truly believe I think Charlotte's going to win it. I would like to see Liv Morgan win it, but if Liv Morgan wins it, do we want to see Rhea and Liv face each other again? Because I feel like Rhea and Liv, it was like a 4-month feud. In the same thing, I want to see Rhea Ripley face someone different that is not Liv Morgan or Nia Jax. I mean, Liv versus Tiffany would be great, but who knows? I mean, there's just a lot of talent in the women's roster right now for WWE that who knows who will win it. I'm just excited for the surprises that are going to be involved in the Rumble. Let's talk a little bit about the Men's Royal Rumble. Who will win it for the Men's Royal Rumble? CM Punk. I think CM Punk's probably the favorite to win it all. We also got John Cena. Roman Reigns. Will he win it? I mean, it's like, I feel like those top 3 would be the favorites. Maybe Seth Rollins. Maybe Logan Paul. Just kidding. Don't come at me. But you never know. I mean, also you got Drew McIntyre. You got Sami Zayn. You got Jey Uso. Main event Jey Uso. You know, Joe Henry, the TNA World Champion, is going to be involved. Surprises that are going to come back. I think AJ Styles is going to come back. Randy Orton. People that I think the real surprises are going to be like Malachi Black. Will he come back as Aleister Black? So there's a lot of like names out there tossed around. We know Shinsuke Nakamura is a part of the Rumble too. Braun Breaker, I just mentioned it. Penta, Cero Miedo. We don't know. I mean, the Rumble, the anticipation of the Rumble, it's real. It's real. We don't know what we're going to get. And I honestly believe also Trick Williams might be a part of the Rumble You know, maybe we get Obafemi, the NXT champion. We just don't know who's going to be involved in the Rumble. But I do know one thing. Yours truly will be there. Yes, I will be at the Royal Rumble. I am going to be at the Royal Rumble. Well, not be in the match, but I'm going to be there at the audience. I'm excited. I'm excited. This is one of the biggest pay-per-views of WWE, and I'm excited to say that I'm going to go there and see it live. I got goosebumps just talking about it, so yes. But yeah, we'll get more into the Royal Rumble next week because I'm saving that for next week's episode. So let's dive into the next subject, which is the NFC AFC Championship games for the NFL. Let's talk about the first game that happened. The Washington Commanders were going to face the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. So this game, the Philadelphia Eagles won 55 to 23. And I'm going to say this real quick. There's no one to blame in this game. People are going to say it was Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels played a good game. So let's not even go there. His receivers, his tight ends should have caught those catches that he threw at them. The reality is this about this game. It all came down to experience. It's not the first time the Eagles are in the NFC Championship. We know they won it 2 years ago. Due to the crazy circumstances that they won it against the 49ers, when the 49ers lost all of their quarterbacks and they almost had Christian McCaffrey be a QB, this time it was different. They knew the responsibility. Jalen Hurts played good. The defense played good. The defense played really good. Saquon Barkley, like he did 3 touchdowns. He killed it. We already know Saquon. He played a good game. But it's not just him. It's just the whole involvement of the team. A.J. Brown played good. Devontae Smith played good. The explosive Eagles played good against the Washington Commanders. The Commanders, you got to give them props where props is due. There's not a lot of people and not a lot of rookie quarterbacks can say they did what Jaden Daniels did. First season in the NFL, go all the way to the NFC Championship, and almost one game away from going to the Super Bowl. The Eagles are back in the Super Bowl as representatives of the NFC. We know that this time around, the Eagles have and must take the opportunity, must win the Super Bowl. Because we don't know if they're going to be in this situation again. They were in this situation 2 years ago. Things have changed since then. They didn't have a Saquon Barkley 2 years ago. And Jalen Hurts balled. He was balling in that Super Bowl. Which we're going to get to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl too, because that's something that we're going to save. Well, next week is the Super Bowl, so we'll be talking about the Super Bowl soon for sure, post Super Bowl. But yeah, it's just like the experience factor played a lot in this game. It played a lot. Am I shocked the Eagles won? No. It would have been nice to see the Commanders win and go to the Super Bowl, but am I shocked that the Eagles won? Nah. I feel like the Eagles, they're a good football team. The defense has been playing great. And yeah. Moving on to the next game, the AFC Championship game. The Bills were going to face the Chiefs, the reigning defending Super Bowl champions, back-to-back at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. So, this game right here, like I said about Jaden Daniels, I'm going to say the same thing. They're going to find reasons and find point fingers to blame Josh Allen. Josh Allen played good. I don't want to hear any excuses. Josh Allen is 0-4 against the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, blah, 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 blah. Look, Josh Allen played good, but when you're facing that guy, when you're facing Patrick Mahomes, boy, the reality is this. You have to not make mistakes. Because Patrick Mahomes, one mistake you make, he's going to capitalize. Josh Allen, I feel like, played good. I feel like he did get that first down, and the refs didn't give it to him, which is BS. I also think that the guy from the... And I'm not here trying to sound like a Chief hater. I don't hate the Chiefs. I don't got nothing against them. But I feel like the refs are very lenient with them. And it feels like when the refs were very lenient with the Patriots back in the day. But the reality is this. Josh Allen played good. But the other guys, defense, they got to make those catches. They got to show up. Because when you're playing Patrick Mahomes, when we're playing Travis Kelce, when we're playing the Pachecos, the Juju Smith-Schusters, and, all these guys that play for the Chiefs, DeAndre Hopkins, Chris Evans, the defense too, and, Andy Reid being the head coach, and Steve Spagnuolo. Here's the thing. People talk a lot about the Chiefs offense, but they don't talk about the Chiefs defense. Because the Chiefs defense, they're a legitimate defense. And they show up when it matters. They are in these, they put themselves in these situations and they live up to him. Because they have arguably one of the best defensive coordinator coach of all time. Steve Spagnuolo. And Steve Spagnuolo is the guy, he's the mastermind when it comes to defense. We know that he won Super Bowls with the Giants when they beat the Patriots. So this guy, it's no secret that his experience was going to play a factor in these important games. And the Chiefs, it looked for a moment that the Chiefs were going to lose. The Bills did everything, but it was not enough. They lost this game 32-29, and it all came down to the fourth quarter. And who lives up to the fourth quarters? Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes just needed a few more downs to be in field goal range and score that field goal. The special teams can score that field goal, and they move on to the Super Bowl. And that's exactly what happened. Patrick Mahomes is back in the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes. Let's talk a little bit about pre-Super Bowl. Chiefs versus Eagles. Not a lot of people want to see the Super Bowl. Not a lot of people care about the Super Bowl because we saw it 2 years ago. The reality is this. I know a lot of people wanted to see Bills, Commanders, or just Bills, Eagles, whatever it was. You have to. If you want to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, you have to beat Patrick Mahomes. It's just that simple. Patrick Mahomes is the standard, and the Chiefs are the standards. Love them or hate them, Andy Reid too. They're the standards. The thing is this. Patrick Mahomes knows how to win in these situations. And I don't want to say Patrick Mahomes only. I want to say the Chiefs as an organization, as a football team. They know how to be in this situation. And giving my take about this game is going to come down to Jalen Hurts. Because here's the thing. Can the Chiefs defense stop Saquon Barkley? Can they do that? Because the stage is big. And the thing is, the other thing is, the Chiefs faced the Eagles 2 years ago, but this is not the same Eagles team they faced 2 years ago. Because they upgraded with Saquon Barkley. Also, Jalen Hurts hasn't played as... He's a great player, so don't come at me. He's a great quarterback. But we haven't seen that Jalen Hurts of 2022 in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. We haven't seen that version of Jalen Hurts lately. We're slightly seeing him a little bit. We saw him against the Commanders, but we haven't seen that version completely. And can Jalen Hurts do what he did in 2022? Because the thing is, Jalen Hurts has to show up. The defense of the Eagles have to show up, which they've been showing up in the last 3 games. Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown got to show up. I'm not worried about Saquon Barkley because I think Saquon Barkley is going to show up. Can the Eagles show up against the Chiefs? Because people are saying they got to worry about this and that. They also got to worry about the Chiefs defense. Because I feel like... And the Eagles defense. I've been very impressed with how they've been playing. But if you think about it, they played good against a Jordan Love. They played good against a Matthew Stafford. They played good against a Jaden Daniels. But what do those guys have in common? They're not Patrick Mahomes. They're not that guy. They're not that guy. And when you're facing that guy, you got to show up. And the thing is, can the Eagles defense show up against that guy? The other factor is, can the Chiefs defense stop Saquon Barkley? And can they stop Jalen Hurts from balling too if he decide? The thing is Jalen Hurts going to show up? Because we already know Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Pacheco, Juju Smith-Schuster, and all those guys in the offense are going to show up because they've been in that situation before. And I feel like Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, they've been in that situation 2 years ago. But now they have Saquon Barkley as their running back. It's all going to come down to who shows up, who does the least mistakes. Because the thing is, you don't want to make mistakes in these games. Every play counts in the Super Bowl. And you also have to worry about, possibly the refs too. Not trying to throw that jab down there, but just saying. Yeah. But yeah, the Super Bowl should be very interesting. Not a lot of people are excited about it because, obviously we do have the fans that don't like the Chiefs. We do have the fans that are rooting against them. And we also there's a lot of people don't want to see this game because it happened 2 years ago. You know what I mean? If you think about it, the Chiefs are looking to be the first team in history to do a three-peat. And that's never been done before. And the Eagles are trying to win their second Super Bowl as a team since 2017. So a lot's on stake. A lot is on stake in this game. That being, Patrick trying to elevate himself to greatness. If they win, can this be Travis Kelce's potential last Super Bowl? We have Steve Spagnuolo and Andy Reid elevating themselves as coaches. And the other side, we got Saquon Barkley, Giants letting him go, being in a good situation. First year with the Eagles, going to the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts gets another chance to rewrite what he did in the first Super Bowl against the Chiefs where he was balling out. Can he do that again? There's a lot of scenarios. There's a lot of stories in the Super Bowl that we're all curious about. And I'm excited. Am I going to be honest? Am I excited about the Super Bowl like I always am? Probably not. But the result excites me because we don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, with that being said, guys, this is TWT Talks with Tito. This is Tito Medrano. Thank you guys so much for today's episode. Very short and simple for you guys. Not wanting to talk about the AFC, NFC championship games. Next week, we're going to talk about the Royal Rumble. I'm also going to talk about my experience being there. Let's not forget, the Royal Rumble is... With the Royal Rumble starting, it's the road to WrestleMania. So I'm excited for that too. Very soon, UFC 312, Douglas Duplessis versus Strickland. And the co-main event, we have Zhang Weili versus Tatiana Suarez. So there's a lot of things that are going on. We're going to talk about that as well very soon. Next week is going to be the Royal Rumble that we're going to talk about. And very soon we're going to talk about the Super Bowl, which the Super Bowl is not... It's next week, but, we're going to do the post-Super Bowl. Yeah, with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for today's episode. I am Tito Medrano. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, take care of yourself, and stay hydrated. Bye.